Folks, we're back, and again, we're talking about Barec exceeding the speed limit, and you just got to put your seatbelt on and hang on. Hey, let's explain what Barec. What does Barec mean?
Perfect. I'm glad you asked that because a lot of people don't know. Bay Area Research and Extension Center. Pretty clear on what it used to do. It used to be a research center for UC extensions. It used to do a lot of research. There are turf researchers. They used to examine what happens in drought conditions with grass and root systems of trees to find out what works well in this microclimate. We have some of the best topsoil in this valley, and it's all getting paved over. That's part of the problem.
Well, I know, this field used to be orchards, incredibly rich soil here.
Prune Ridge, we're right off. It's right off of Prune Ridge. It was called Prune Ridge for a reason.
Yeah, and it's all polluted now, and they're putting cement on, and it's like, what a waste.
So Kirk, you said it's in your neighborhood. Where exactly is it located?
Well, if you think about where Valley Fair is, and there's a red barn there, Burger Barns on the corner, it's literally right across the street from that. So it's sort of kitty corner to Santana Row and across from Valley Fair, just north of Stevens Creek and off of Winchester. It's right in our backyard, and we don't even know it's there. I mean, it's amazing how close it is. When we're at this farmer's market in Santana Row, which we're there every Sunday, you can come up to our information table, and we can show you exactly where it is. Literally, as the crow flies, about a quarter mile.
Do you have any people that tell you to take a hike? Any people that don't like Barec? Any people that are against it? That say, you guys are just a bunch of environmental wackos?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
As a whole, not really.
I would say when we ask for support, we either get a resounding, yeah, we want to help support, or we get people that would just rather continue their shopping. But we've never been accosted, and we've...
I'll save, except for last Sunday.
Oh, I missed that
you
one.
missed that one. But last Sunday, I spent 15 minutes with her. Here's what she told me. She said, well, the property's sold, it's already been rezoned, da-da-da. These are all things that aren't true. And that's what's the problem is there's a lot of misinformation floating, and people think they're helpless. I talked to some of the community. I mean, what's wonderful about the farmers market is it gives us a chance to interact with the community. We actually find out people that are walking there are more active in the community in general, and not just San Jose, but Palo Alto, Willow Glen, Los Altos, everywhere.
We had people sign our petition that were from Canada, and one of the things that they commented on is that where they live, there's a lot of open space, but when they come to visit the Bay Area, they notice that there's very little open space, and they're surprised that this 17-acre parcel of land with as many chemicals that are on that property, they're surprised that it would be paved over and developed into housing. They're very surprised. We had
But the thing is, you guys have the trick for the cleanup, and the developers don't.
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole goal is we're not trying to remove the problem by scooping it out and dumping it somewhere else, because the bottom line is the problem still exists. You're just moving it. So just because I don't want it in my backyard, that story doesn't apply. We need to clean it properly, document how it was done, and then get to that. So that gets us to the base level, so we can take it to the next level to turn it back into a place where you want to take your children. Because right now they're talking about putting a 1-acre park out of 17 acres. They're going to put a token 1-acre park, and by the way, they're calling it Santa Clara Gardens is the project name. Anyway, the whole point is once it's clean, you can feel comfortable taking your family there. Right now, I'm not even sure I'd want to walk my dog in that park right now because of knowing that it was a research center. It's a little scary.
You don't know what the records are. This has been going on. I mean, and people are getting a lot of the wrong information. They need to go to your website to really find out what's going on.
That would be an ideal place. I'm going to hold up a little thing here. This is just going to show you the website on where you can go. It's www.savebarec.org. So we have an 800 number or an 888 number that you can dial to get information and leave information if you want to get involved. What we're really looking for is this is a grassroots effort, and it's really grassroots. So that means we need volunteers, we need support, we need help, we need to get more people out, we need to start knocking on more doors, and the more people available, the better.
Okay, now the city of Santa Clara wants to put elderly housing there. Would you be against elderly housing, or you just think that it shouldn't be, or?
So we've always been very clear with everyone. We're not against senior housing at all. There's actually 2 senior facilities in the area. Belmont Village and Valley Village is right down the street from each other within a half mile. But the value of that land in its current form, solid 17 acres, and all that infrastructure is already in place, has orders of magnitude more value than any level of housing that could be put on there. Putting aside the issues with having pesticides and poisons potentially in the soil with people with compromised immune systems already, I think that in itself is telling. But putting that aside, the value of the land's value in its current form is what the real gem is. And it's an anomaly. This doesn't exist in this valley.
Yeah, but everything changes with a vote, unfortunately. What other groups are working with you to give you some muscle on this?
We've been working with local government, at the city level. We met with County Supervisor Jim Bell, who's at District 4, who actually owns that property. We're working at the state level. We're working with our historian.
But people are paying attention.
More and more people are finding out. A lot of people there's a lot of misinformation, a lot of unknowns, and a lot of things, the deal's done type of attitude. And what we're telling them is it's not done. A lot of public things need to happen. For example, next Monday at the City of Santa Clara at 3 o'clock on Monday, they're having a meeting to get feedback from the public about an EIR, an environmental impact report, around traffic. Well, let me tell you, I don't know if you've been around Santana Row and Valley Fair at that Winchester-Stevens Creek intersection around Christmas time or Thanksgiving.
Sorry, I use a helicopter.
Packed.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, it's a joke. It's a joke. So they want to get a little more information about traffic impacts. So, one good way, if anyone has time on Monday, that's a good way to get started. But, we always need help in terms of getting the word out.
They knew when they built Santana Row about the whole traffic report.
So let's make it worse, or we're going to make it do so two wrongs make a really big wrong?
Santana Row really there was already a problem there. Then they had that, and then they go, oh, well, we'll just, a lot of it really makes sense.
Here's another part of the issue, and this is starting to get in a little bit of the political side, which we try and stay away from, but it borders two cities. It's in the city of Santa Clara proper, but it's in the southern eastmost corner of the city. It's borders San Jose. It's actually got two borders of San Jose. So the north part of Barec is actually San Jose residents. It butts right up against it. I'm literally a stone's throw from the property. I could go in my backyard and whip a stone and probably hit the property, but I'm in San Jose and the property's in Santa Clara. So what's happening is you have the ability for a city to have control over their property, which they absolutely should, but it's affecting the community at large. And that's one of the biggest issues. Is there's a lot of people.
But are they asking the people what they want to do around there? What do the people want to do?
The people that we're talking to don't want the land changed. They want zoned agriculture, left as zoned
it would be really
agriculture.
cool to be able to do field trips and take the kids there and show them what's going on, because God knows the kids are educating the family anyway and getting things done. That's the only way it gets things. That's why when I do all my fire safe stuff with Sparky the fire dog, the reason why the fire department, they go to the kids and then the kids come home and teach the parents. Mm-hmm.
So prior to the fences going up around Barec and it not becoming available to public use anymore, prior to that you had a number of civic and community organizations who could use the property. You had schools able to access the property for field trips and outdoor education for their classrooms. In its current state, no one can use it, and in its future proposed state with development, it's really going to only be available to the people who can afford the higher end homes.
Who's going to? Let's say
these are $1 million plus homes. They're going to be talking about $110 million plus homes. But no property, literally 2 to 4 stories tall. So these are like plot land. Out of 10 acres, 100 up to 110 units they want to put on 10 acres. Right now, currently the community has between 4 and 5 houses per acre. There's all kinds of things.
Pack them, rack them, and stack them.
It's all about money. This is why I got involved. So I don't
you're
like
from
politics.
New York. You're from New York.
I don't even like politics at my company, and here I am finding I'm dealing with real politics now.
Oh, you're
but
real
politics, the issue is injustice
one,
is going on. This is citizen stuff. This is citizens' land, and
well,
we need to believe that.
Citizens need to step up. Then
citizens need to get involved. Get in the game.
It's not going to do anything.
Get in the game. Go to the website. Send us an email. Say you want to get involved.
Can we show our website again?
Yeah, I'll do it one more time sometime before we go off. But it's important that everybody feels that they can actually make a difference. And we have petitions we've gotten over 350 something petitions in the last couple weeks that we've been at the farmers market. And this is we're just getting people warmed up. This is something that all I can say is you got to get involved. You got to care enough to send an email, make a phone call.
Not just the people that are around the park, but other people who actually care.
I live in South San Jose, actually.
We have no open space here at all.
And it doesn't take any special skills or passion to become involved in Barec. I don't pay any money to attend the farmers market. I just have a chance to support the community in which I live, and I'm inviting other people to join us.
Yeah.
Are there any public meetings coming up?
Just that one on Monday is probably the most important one. On Monday the 3rd at 1500 Warburton, which is the City of Santa Clara's council, in the council chambers at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they're having a meeting to go over some of the traffic impacts of the land.
And does that include Mayor Monahan?
Mayor Mahan will be leading it, I believe, and as well as the other council members.
Now, you have that information posted on our website.
All this
right?
information is on the website, www.savebarec.org. I encourage you to go to that. We're going to be having that website updated on a regular basis over the next week or two, so you can always go there for more information.
You only got about 3 minutes left here. Okay, let's say you get your way, which is the right thing to do, I think, anyway. I don't want to be putting scene with the vapor intrusion, knowing you guys know how to fix it, and they think they know how to fix it, but they really don't know how to fix it. All they want to do is pour cement and put people up there, get the money, and because that's just the way they run. But let's say you do. Where are you going to get the money to be able to do all this stuff? That little map you had that was structured out, we're going to get the money to be able to do this. They're the ones that really got the muscle. They got the money.
So money is always the issue. But once you have identified this as an agricultural piece of land, there's grant money available. There's private donations. Once people understand that this is not a done deal, it's not sold until you close escrow on a house. You don't own that house.
How long you been doing? How long you been?
I've been involved for 2.5 years, and I'm the newbie on the block. You know, I hear stories and horror stories about all the orchards being torn down. I'm learning about this through other people. Just by talking to people at the farmers market, I'm learning about so much about the neighborhood. We met somebody this weekend who's been in the neighborhood for something like 65 years.
Yeah, when I grew up in Cambrian Park, I mean, down the street there were orchards, and then they knocked them down and they put houses up, you know, development. And I got to tell you, it's not a good thing. We're so crazy in development, saying, well, we need houses. We have not enough people living here. Well, you know what? They should have thought about that a long time ago and put a decent transit system out to the Central Valley or out to Los Banos or out to Hollister or something. You know, LA's got a great
You could pave over just about everything and say,
well,
you
I know,
have
but
enough
you know,
housing, but that's not a good answer. That's not the right answer.
I know, but the thing is, they should have thought about this before and had a good transit system, because we don't have that good of a transit system anyway.
Yeah, I'm from New York. Don't talk to me about transit.
You keep bringing that up. We only got about a minute left.
Well, you know, we've been circulating these petitions, and like I said, we've gotten a bunch of these over the last few weeks, and we've been collecting over the last few months. What I'd like is, would you sign our petition at the end of the show?
Yes, I will.
All right, and we'd appreciate that. Every signature is important, and everybody makes a difference. And that's what people really need to know, is by getting involved, signing a petition, calling the 888 number. You can get forwarded directly to the mayor's office or directly to the county supervisor's office just by pushing a button. And voice your opinion. Make yourself known.
And if
that's going to get in the game.
We also have some letter templates. If someone doesn't know what they want to say, they can read that and cut and paste.
Listen, folks, thank you very, very much for being on. We're out of time, folks. Thank you very, very much. And again, bringing up Barec, we're just making you aware of what's happening here, because I don't know, we just can't keep building. We got to have some open spots for our kids to go to that are safe. Take care. We'll see you next week.